All right, welcome back. And I got to say, this is one of the reasons I love Zoom. I know that Zoom, we have all these different feelings about Zoom now with, the pandemic and everything. But one of the things that's amazing about Zoom is that I'm coming in here from one place. We got our producer in a totally different place, and then we have the pleasure and the honor now of welcoming a couple of gentlemen here from Las Vegas, right? So, Las Vegas, the center of entertainment in this country. Well, I mean, LA, I guess, in different ways, but Las Vegas is just the center of so much things. And so having a couple of guys coming in from Las Vegas, I think is an amazing advantage that we have that Zoom allows us to do. I'm really honored here to be able to introduce Kenny and Chris. They joined our program here at NCIA a little while ago, and it was just really exciting to have them join our program and be able to connect with everybody else. I know they're looking to do great things, not only in Vegas, but all around the country. And so really excited when I saw that they were going to be on the podcast, and then even more excited when I found out that I was going to be able to do an interview with them. So without further ado, I'm going to let them introduce themselves a little bit here. But we have Kenny here as the COO and Chris here as the CEO. So welcome guys to the show. And could you tell us a little about, Cannalean? I didn't even say the name of your company yet, did I? Cannalean syrup. So, if you tell us a little about yourselves, about Cannalean, just let's get things kicked off. Like, tell us about Cannalean, what you guys do.
All right, so Mike, my name's Chris Johnson. So I'm the CEO of Cannalean. I created the product back in 2014. I'm a certified organic chemist. I have 11 years in the industry, and I've created products for companies like AeroPro, Nuwu, Hope, Plume, several companies in the industry. And then Cannalean syrup is my company. So it's a sugar-free, vegan, plant-based syrup you can add to any beverage. So my concept is that if people had to smoke alcohol, you'd probably consume it a lot less. The concept of smoking something is very unacceptable in social society. So I believe putting it into a beverage will allow it to be more socially acceptable. That's the problem with cannabis, was that it wasn't socially acceptable. So that was my idea. So I created a sugar-free, healthy syrup you can add to literally any beverage. People make smoothies with it, add it to milk, water, tea, coffee, cocktails, anything you could think of under the sun type of beverage-wise, you can add it to it. And so I think probably about 8 months ago, I brought on Kenny, who's a COO now. Man, he's literally took me from a couple, because I'm a chemist. I'm a nerdy guy who likes to do cannabis stuff and the science side of it. And he's taught me how to do the more business side of it. So in the past 8 months, we've expanded tremendously and looking to launch in California, Chicago, and also Florida in the next year or two. So that's about me. And I'll let Kenny, talk about himself, what he does.
Oh, yeah. So I'm Kenny Cottrell. I'm actually born in Atlanta, Georgia. Moved to Vegas a couple of years ago. Met Chris at a Chamber of Cannabis meeting. Another black guy there. Ain't that many of us there. So we instantly became friends. And we realized that we are good at our strong point. My background is like business, finance, accounting, compliance. He's a chemist. I really let him make his product is better than any other product I ever tried before. So after the second time I tried, I was like, yeah. We should work together. Let's see what we can make this out. Let's go build some websites out. Let's get some contracts ready. And let's go try to take this thing to the next level. It was kind of hesitant at first, but then you start saying, "Oh, he's not bullshitting." So we became really good friends, and we've been knocking down doors. And going through the things as a minority business owner would do. Like we have the heights of the heights as we're going into new stores, and we also have the problems being two black guys in cannabis. Sometimes they like us, sometimes they like. But the great thing is that we're doing some really good things. We've just expanded into some more stores. I guess Chris will talk about that later. But like I said, my background's business, finance, and policy. I'm actually in grad student at UNLV for getting my master's in public policy. So like the cannabis policy thing is something I'm very passionate about.
Awesome. Well, I'm really glad that you guys are both here with us at NCIA. I mean, we need more great policy guys at NCIA always, right? We do a lot of great policy work here. Having somebody like yourself come from Georgia, that's awesome. That's we don't have, as the Southeast is a little bit behind with a lot of cannabis stuff. So the more folks that we can really get connected with that are down, have roots down in the Southeast, it's really going to be a good thing. I'm looking forward to the day, and don't get me wrong, there's something that's been a value, I think, sometimes when you're, we're the only minorities in the room, we're the only Latinos, the only blacks, or the only whatever it is, right? Only Asians, only whatever it is in the room of a cannabis networking event. And there's something nice about being able to just link up and quickly just dive right into conversation. But I'm definitely looking forward to the day when it's not the way that it is, and you have to actually kind of like work through the room, just like you have to work through the room if you're white in this country right now in cannabis. So that's my little commentary on that. But I know what you mean. I think we've all had that experience where you're in the room and you're like, okay, cool. So what's up? You know?
Yeah, we did the
So
black guy nod. Yeah,
there you
if you're not familiar
go.
with the black guy nod, it all started with the black guy nod.
There you go. For me, it's the not white guy nod, you know, but same deal, same deal.
No, but
um,
from my end, like I'm excited for it not to be at the point of minority cannabis owners. I just want us to be cannabis owners, you know, just
right.
to step away from that aspect of it.
Absolutely. And that's what we're doing here today, right? Is like all linking up together and creating really a great network and coalition of folks that are just in this industry and passionate about it. So tell me about, I've heard obviously Kenny saying, this is a great product. It's the best product that, that I've had like this, right? And I'm really intrigued. I went and checked out your website. I was looking and I saw, you guys have some really interesting looking cocktails, like the new fashion, for example, right? Or you have one that reminds me of like an orange creamsicle, right? And those two stuck out to me, right? So tell us more about this whole, like, what do you mean sugar free and all this kind of stuff? Like, how do you don't have to tell us proprietary how you make the product, but what makes this product what it is?
No, I'll give you some really fun info. So what I do is I take natural fruit and I steam it. So when you steam it, the sugars are too heavy to float upward, and so what you get is like a natural terpene flavoring from each fruit. So every flavoring that I make is from a natural fruit process. So everything I do is natural, organic, healthy as can be. Especially in the cannabis industry, where a lot of the edibles, drinkables are very sugar related. It's a lot of high fructose corn syrup, or it's a lot of food coloring, different ingredients. Everything I do, there's no food coloring. It's all natural. It's very healthy. It fits into every single diet, and it's every allergen friendly. So the way that I heat my process, it gets above the point where the molecules can actually create allergens. So even like if I used a coconut processing, it wouldn't create the coconut allergens inside of it. You can still have the coconut flavor.
Wow. Okay. So, I mean, I know where I'm going, what I'm going to do when I come to BizCon. I'm going to find some Cannalean products off the bat. Because, everybody listening right now, if you're going to BizCon this year, I think now what you need to try, right?
Yes.
That sounds amazing. I don't know if like I'm also big on the whole natural medicine, plant medicine, all this kind of stuff. And I'm trained acupuncturist herbalist. So recently I was looking at some products, and it was like a sample product, right? So there was no THC, but then when I looked at what was left behind other than THC, it was just high fructose corn syrup and food coloring. So a product like this is what we absolutely need on the marketplace. And now your background is in organic chemistry. What were you doing before you decided to do this in cannabis specifically?
Nothing. I literally got a degree in organic chemistry, and I did an internship at a pharmaceutical company. And one of the first things they taught us to make was like herbal-based cough syrups. So learning how to infuse like an herbal supplement into a liquid product that can go into a beverage was one of the first things they taught us. So I literally 6 months after that, I launched Cannalean and have been running it ever since.
That's beautiful. That's really amazing. And you mentioned it's also non-allergenic, right? So it's not just that it's non-sugar; it's also non-allergenic.
Yes. So most people, when they heat, they make a fruit flavoring or natural fruits. They allow the sugar to come up with it, and with the sugar at that temperature, you're bringing on I forget the exact name for it, but it's what causes allergens. So if you can refine it correctly to the point where you don't get that, you can make the flavorings without the actual allergens from it. Just get the terpenes in the actual sense.
Okay. Oh, that's beautiful.
And gluten-free too. No gluten.
I'm sorry, what was that, Kenny?
There's no gluten in it either. There's no gluten.
Yeah, so it's gluten-free, it's keto-friendly. It's literally every dietary restriction you can think of, it fits into all of them.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, so no, I'm just kind of like, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit lost for words because I'm like, all right, like because I saw it and I was like, okay, sugar free. I was like, what was it? It's like stevia or something. It's like
so when people hear the name Cannalean, they hear the name Cannalean, they immediately think of something else, and they misinterpret the point of lean being healthy, sugar free. It's a healthy product. So when coming up with this product, when people hear it, it's immediate confusion. But once they try it, we have a huge customer base who only tries this product. People have gotten off of alcohol because you can literally substitute our product for alcohol in any beverage. Any beverage you make, take out the alcohol, add our substitute. Now you're able to work yourself off of alcohol, but still have a social beverage you can consume with people.
Okay, that's great.
And our product is also being used in consumption lounge at the new consumption lounge in Nevada. Our product is used to make the mocktail drinks, the cannabis infused drinks, and they sell out. They're amazing. They hit. Like I'm a guy who likes to go like festivals and concerts, but you're not supposed to be smoking there. So I take a bottle of Cannalean, put it in my drink, same exact feeling. And that's the best thing about it. Like, you can go anywhere with it, and no one says nothing to you.
That's beautiful, man. You know, I stopped drinking alcohol about 20 years ago. So this has been like,
Congrats.
this is like a dream for me to hear this, that this is where,
We gotta get you. We'll see you some.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, look, you know, what I hear a little bit of here too is there seems to be a mission behind this. I'm sure there's a mission behind this. Like, what's the big picture? What's the big mission behind Cannalean? Tell me about that.
Honestly, I make a product that's so unique that I know other companies are going to want to launch beverages soon. Like the cannabis side of it, it's brand new. So smoking, vaping, you know, concentrates, that's still brand new. It's the newer thing. But when you talk about down the road where for everybody to consume cannabis, smoking it or eating something isn't ideal. You know, you drink something more than you do anything else throughout the day. You drink more and consume liquids than you do anything. So adding it to a beverage or having you add it to anything that you choose can allow you to consume cannabis at a rate where you're not having to change up your normal routine. You know, and that's the thing. We don't want people to change up their routine. You know, you don't want to have to change up your life to add cannabis to it. You kind of want to add it into your life normally and be able to consume it properly. So even we have pumps, our CBD pumps, they go into bars. So we have 17 bars right now that carry our CBD pumps. So they can literally add 25 milligrams to any beverage with one single pump. So people who can go to a bar don't have to have alcohol. You can have another social type of beverage with your friends and don't have to feel left out when they go have a drink or something like that. And it's a way for everyone to kind of come together. You know, we all have different ways of consuming a social type of object, whether it's smoking a cigarette or having an alcoholic bet, whatever it is. And this gives people more of a not only a healthy option, but a more desirable consumption option. You know, this is a proven facts behind it. Healthy. We can show that, and it also gives you that type of buzz. People are looking for to relax. You know, people have hard lives. We all went through COVID together, and life is hard. It's hard, you know. So be able to have something that's simple, healthy, and can help you relax throughout the day and not hurt your liver or kill your lungs or anything like that. It's you know, I'm a very healthy person. So to create a product that people can use in that way to stay healthy, be healthy, and consume cannabis, which I love too, it just seems ideal for me. You know, I love this product. And I love talking about it, and that's the passion behind it. So I've to answer your question, sorry, I got off track. We're looking to eventually sell because I have SOPs and I have everything written for my product. I have everything, so anybody can make it across the country. All you need is 240 square feet of space, and you can produce 100,000 bottles a month. My process is very easy to. So eventually, I want to work with companies like Coca-Cola, you know, Snapple, who's trying to get into the cannabis industry, and show them how to create beverages and work down lines like that. Big ideas when it comes to the beverage side, because a lot of people aren't doing it. And if they are doing it, they're just making like a craft beverage and just like adding THC to it or doing something like that where they don't really know the process. I can show companies how to make these beverages and then how to produce it, how to make, you know, SOPs and how to franchise it down the line and go from there. So the idea is pretty much to franchise this beverage and to sell it out throughout the country.
That's beautiful, man.
We're trying to make this global. Like, that's the thing about how this process is. We can send it everywhere. It doesn't need that many square footage. And then like we're just now learning about each state has their own different cannabis regulations. So the main thing I'm going to, like, Chicago's is different than Florida's. Chicago has more recreational, Florida's more medical. And for California, that's probably our next state. We already basically got the process. We just got to agree on the equity splits. But it's and that's the part I come in. He does, like I say, he makes all the cool stuff. I'm here trying to figure out how do we make this legal and how can we get paid off? Gotta get paid and stuff, and we can get paid really quick. Especially, it's the best product on the market. That's why I stand by that statement. It's like, okay, you can try wild, got a lot of sugars in it. You can try sips, might explode. It has carbonation in it. Look, I needed that. Matter of fact, you can go work out. I like it for post workout. I'm a big yoga guy, so after I go to yoga, I put Cannalean in my a smoothie. I feel amazing afterward. I do the CBD, more CBD than I do the THC, but the THC to go to sleep. I got insomnia mainly because the Adderall. I'm in grad school, so I'm popping Adderall as I'm writing these papers, and I was having a hard time going to sleep. Like sleeping like 3-4 hours a day. Now I go home by about 11, 12 every night. I take I make me a Cannalean drink, and I'm going straight to sleep. It is not even like the light sleep I was getting before. I track on my Google Watch. I check my deep sleep. I'm getting deep sleep because of the Cannalean, and that's what made me like a big supporter of it. Even to the fact my girlfriend was buying cases of it before I was trying to buy it for Chris. Kristen negotiated selling her cases of and stuff because she's a bigger fan than me as a product.
That's awesome, man. So I can talk to you guys all day, man. Like, you talk about yoga and canoeing together, it's like lots of different amazing things here. We're actually, and we'll talk more about this offline, but we're talking about with some folks about doing some different events in different places that are going to bring wellness and cannabis and education and everything together. I would love for you guys to be a part of that because I think there's a lot of synergy there.
We're there.
Tell me about some of the challenges. Like, what are some of the challenges you guys are facing, and some of the ways that maybe like our listeners can help with some of these challenges?
Expansion. Expansion is a tough thing because every state does have their different regulations. So to get a cannabis company in each state, you have to have a license in every single state, which getting one license is already hard enough. So one of the challenges I got over that was for being able to franchise my product. So I have SOPs written on everything because I make everything inside the product. I'm easily to write SOPs and be able to sell the actual intellectual knowledge behind it. So instead of me purchasing a license in every single state, I can work with people who have a license, take up 240 feet of their facility, and then we can work on an equity split where they can produce product and make money off of it. It's an easy process. You don't use much of their space, and
I got another product line out too.
Yeah, and we have more product lines dropping, and not on top of that, our syrup can wholesale to beverage companies. So beverage companies looking to start up a beverage company in each state could literally just purchase our syrup, add it to whatever drink they're creating, and now they have an infused beverage that they can go on and sell. So a lot of the main hurdles, honestly, are really the licensing. Licensing is extremely tough, and there's ways around it, and also there's ways of getting it too. But I think the franchising way was our best way of getting around that huge hurdle of licensing in every single state.
No, that's great. I mean, that's really smart. I think it's a great model to do that way. So what I think we can help with, or what our viewers can help with here, is plugging you in with the right folks in the right places that already have their licenses or are about to get their licenses. And then of course the challenge there, of course, make sure that you make the right partnerships and everybody's happy and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so that was the last part we were working on. Like that, me and Chris been working for the last, I guess, 2.5 months. I've been doing back and forth with lawyers, writing contracts. It's like that was the whole issue. Because that's like my background. I grew up working for a law firm. All my friends are lawyers, and we start talking to others, going in another market. And so they start asking us questions like, "Oh shit, let's get our licensing paperwork together first. Let's put a full stop on everything. You work on your product. Let's tackle this beast. Now that we got to address where we feel comfortable. It's like, oh, you want to go to the market? Great. Here's our contract for a joint venture agreement on equity split on a project. So that kind of thing made it. We had to get that put pen to paper on that kind of thing. That was like one of the things that I'm happy we got the way. So now we're in full investment mode on who wants to franchise with us. Because like we have all our paperwork, got all our documentation, we are ready to rock and roll.
Awesome. No, that's beautiful, man.
We need Cannalean on every corner, just like Coca-Cola. When I see a Coca-Cola.
Okay. So on that note, how do folks get in touch with you guys?
So they can either reach out to our business line, which is 702-302-9160, or you can reach out to us through social media, Cannalean Syrup, or our email, cannaleanllc@gmail.com. And we respond to every single message. We usually respond within 30 minutes. So it's we're very communicative. There's no hiding anything. We don't mind talking to people, especially when it comes to other businesses wanting to maybe consult. We've launched 72 total products in 4 different markets. So we understand the process of testing products, getting them launched, SOPs, making sure sustainability for other states, everything down the line. So that's why we like to work with other companies, not only help them launch our product, but maybe help them learn how to do concentrates or learn how to fill vape pens or learn how to make their own edible, just everything down the line. So they can contact us for any of that.
Awesome. I got 2 more questions for you guys. First question is, who makes the recipes? The recipes that are on your website, who made those recipes?
I do. I make every single recipe. I even do the graphics for them too. So before I got Kenny, it's just me and him. So I do every single thing from making the product to filling it to bottling it, labeling it, making sales. I mean, everything you can think of under the sun. I still do it. So I make the recipes because I like food. I like food, and I really like good cocktails. So when it comes to making it own cannabis wise, it's easy for me to take out a few things, add in my products, and mess with the flavoring from there.
Awesome. That's great.
I'm just here for the paperwork, bro. I'm here for the paperwork and the money. That's it.
Yeah, just the paperwork, the money, although that also includes about 33 other things, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, you make it sound simple. But we all know that you do a lot.
I got the tech hat too, so I got the tech, internet, money,
Right.
and compliance kind of thing. That's like my job.
So you're already adding some more things. The compliance is like 20 things on its own. You add 30 more states, and next thing you know, yeah, absolutely. No, look, it's been great talking to you guys. What if there's one other thing you'd like to add today, something I didn't ask you guys about, something else you want to just make sure that our viewers know about, what would that be?
Oh man, okay. So I always want people to know that please, no matter what you think, just know it's possible. Anything's possible. Trust me. I was making this product at my mom's house with no money in my pocket, and I'm here now at the point where I'm about to expand to 4 other states, and we're in 40% of the dispensaries here in Nevada. So anything's possible. Trust me. And I know it feels weird sometimes because life will kick you, especially when you get down. Life will kick you extra, and it's rough. But trust me, if anybody's out there listening, anything is. I don't care if it's cannabis related or not. Anything you want to do, it's possible. Trust me.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Chris. And Kenny, what about you, man? What else would you like
to I can
add to
say
those words of wisdom?
If you got a desire to be successful, got a desire of getting your product out there, don't quit ever quit. Just I got like a really burning desire of me. Like Chris, I know the shit out of him sometimes. Call him 10 o'clock at night to 6 o'clock in the morning because I got a desire. I want to be successful. Like it's not just in anything. I don't care what business, but especially the cannabis business. Because like I'm starting now, we're in it. And I say, oh, we can get in that market. Oh, we should partner with these guys. Like, and you start in that energy. It becomes like addictive. Like, oh, I need to do this again. So I tell everybody, if you got a desire to be successful, like a really burning desire, don't extinguish it. Don't make excuse for it. Just get out there and go for it. Like, who cares what they think about you? At the end of the day, you're doing more than most, man. Because most guys just look at you and just like, oh, that's a good idea, but they don't act on it. Talk is cheap.
That's beautiful. Those are all these words of wisdom. Really appreciate you guys. So look, we're gonna keep in touch with y'all. We're gonna find out about how the story's coming along. Definitely make sure you check in with us again on the podcast a few months from now. We want to know which other states you're in at that point in time, so everybody knows where they can go get those products. Like I said, anybody that's going to BizCon and you're going to Vegas, you have to try the Cannalean products. I'm going to go check that out for sure. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of after parties that are going to be serving as well, probably. I don't know how the whole Las Vegas thing works these days, but whatever it is, if you make it to BizCon, definitely check out Cannalean and get in touch with these guys. Doing amazing things here. So thank you so much for sharing everything you guys are doing today. Thank you so much for being on the show. We're going to go ahead and take another break here, and then we'll come back and close things up. So thank you, guys.
Well, here at the National Cannabis Industry Association, we have proudly represented small businesses across the cannabis industry since 2010. We represent Main Street cannabis, not Wall Street cannabis. We have come so far in this fight to legalize cannabis that it seems that it's almost inevitable, and we're the ones making sure that as those rules are written, they favor small businesses, mom and pop operators, and Main Street cannabis, not Wall Street cannabis. In addition to making sure that your voice is heard at the federal level, being a member of NCIA also means building a vibrant community of small business owners within the cannabis space. Because we can always learn so much better by working together, learning from our mistakes and our successes, and building this industry together. So if you're interested in making sure that small businesses and Main Street cannabis has a seat at the table, be sure to join NCIA at thecannabisindustry.org.